As you wake, sit up in your bed, spine tall, take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale it out through your mouth.
Hello human beings, I hope you're well. My name is Michaela and welcome to this happy little corner of the internet. If you like books, cozy hobbies, and all things wellness, then you're in the right place. Sorry if I'm talking kind of weird. I literally just woke up and this is the first time I'm speaking to anyone in the day. So today I'm doing my first ever 24-hour reading vlog. I am terrified for this, honestly. Like, I'm really scared. I don't know why I'm doing this. These are some of my favorite videos to watch and I've always wanted to do one, but like the timing has just never worked out. I don't even know if it's gonna work out now, but I'm gonna give it a shot. It is Friday morning. It's currently like 7 a.m.-ish. I don't really know how I'm gonna approach this. Part of me wants to do 24 hours and stay up the whole 24 hours and read as much as I can. But the other part of me wants this to be successful. And I'm a grandma, okay? I haven't stayed up past like 2 a.m. in years. So honestly, I think even if I tried, I wouldn't be able to stay up the full 24 hours. Then it's not quite as much fun to just start and stop the timer and read for 24 hours and it lasts like a whole week. So I don't want to do that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay awake for as long as I can. I'm going to start the clock soon. Hopefully I can stay awake for as close to 24 hours as possible. And then whenever I feel like I literally can't stay awake anymore and the words on the page aren't making sense, I'll go to bed, pause the timer, and when I wake up in the morning, I will start again with whatever is left on the timer. So basically I am going to split it into 2 days, but I'm hoping that the second day is really short because I read so much and stayed up so late the first day. Now, in order to make this as successful as possible, I do still need to do my morning routine. I already did my meditation, but I want to journal. I need to eat breakfast and do my skincare and maybe at some point in the day go for a walk. If at any point I'm not sitting down with a book or with my Kindle and reading, I will be listening to an audiobook. The audiobook I'm currently listening to is The Untethered Soul, The Journey Beyond Yourself by Michael A. Singer. I have, it looks like 2 hours and 14 minutes left in this. So that should be enough time in the day for me to be constantly listening to a book if I'm, washing dishes, making dinner, all that stuff. So right now I'm going to listen to this while I do my morning routine, do my skincare, make breakfast, get settled in, and then I will go over to my Kindle and read the book that I really want to finish. Okay, quick check-in. It is 9:16. I have 22 hours left still, so 2 hours have passed. If you're good at math, then you know, realistically, I should be done with The Untethered Soul because I had about 2 hours left in the audiobook about 2 hours ago. But alas, I still have an hour left. You know, life be lifing. And my sweet, perfect, amazing, handsome fiance, interrupts me quite a bit. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I get irrationally irritated when someone interrupts me while I'm reading or while I have headphones on. It's like you see me doing something. You see me not paying attention. So why are you talking to me? I also think I'm PMSing because it's like I got really irritated this morning. Oh, is it raining? Please don't. So long story short, I didn't finish The Untethered Soul yet, but I am going to finish that today. Let me go over my goals for this whole video. So I'm currently in the middle of 3 books. I'm in the middle of The Untethered Soul, Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, and Welcome to Night Vale. So my goal today is to finish all 3 of those books because I'm quite far along in all of them. I have, like I said, an hour left in The Untethered Soul. I'm about 70% through Crooked Kingdom, and I'm about 65% through Welcome to Night Vale. So first order of business is to finish all of those books, and then I would love, in a perfect world, to get through one more whole book beginning to end. Our stuff is still currently in boxes in the middle of the ocean, so I don't have access to all of my physical TBR, but I do have quite a few physical books that I got at bookstores here in Hawaii, as well as bookstores back in my last LA bookstore vlog. So I have things to choose from. So yeah, it's raining. Cool. Cool. Oh no. Okay. Hold please. Okay, we're indoors. It is 9:30 and I feel like I barely read. Yes, audiobooks are reading, but I'm just craving seeing words with my eyes and reading something physically. Really quick, I just want to give my kind of initial thoughts on the Untethered Soul. I'm loving it. Something about it feels life-changing. I know not everyone is really big into self-help books or spiritual or all of that. I personally really enjoy them. This one in particular is just really speaking to me. I also feel like with self-help books, like, I can spoil it, right? I can talk about what this author is talking about because one, it's probably nothing revolutionary, and two, it's helping you. It's not like a spoiler. It's not like you're like, oh wait, I didn't see that coming. Like it's fine. Spoiler alert, I guess, for the Untethered Soul. So far, one of the main things that has really stuck out to me is the idea of detachment and how we find our identity. I am not the thoughts and beliefs and feelings that I've acquired throughout my life. I am the person observing these thoughts and ideas and habits and all of that. It's just interesting to think about adopting a level of attachment, a healthy level of detachment, so that my thoughts don't spiral as much and I don't feel like out of control, because I know nothing is in my control and I'm just watching kind of things transpire. Self-help books are kind of hard to talk about because it's like, I'm not going to say it any better than the author did. The author said it perfectly. That's why it's working. That's why I like it. But I definitely would suggest this book so far. But shifting gears, I am going to get into Crooked Kingdom. I'm gonna sit down and finish this. I'm 73% in, 3.5 hours left in the book. So girl, I need to finish this. In case you're unfamiliar with Crooked Kingdom, it is the second book in a duology by Leigh Bardugo. The first book was Six of Crows, and in it we're introduced to this cast of ragtag, kind of bottom of the barrel characters. It's this crime gang led by this man named Kaz Brucker. I say man, I think he's like 17. And this gang is full of really big, very contradicting personalities, but in a way that it just works perfectly, where one person has weakness, another person has strength, and vice versa. And the first book, they are sent on this big heist of the ice court to try and uncover something. I don't want to give too much away about the plot, obviously, especially since this is the second book. I'm not really going to talk about what's happening in this, but I will say, oh my god, I'm loving this even more than Six of Crows. Shape it up to be a little 5-star baby. There was a scene that I just like, it just like broke my heart and then healed me and then broke my heart again all at the same time. Leigh Bardugo has such a way with words. The way that she words things, I would never think to word things that way. Let me see if I can find an example without it being a spoiler. Okay, I have a few highlights that I have to share. I needed a cataclysm to shake me from the life I knew. You were an earthquake, a landslide. I, she said, planting a hand on her hip, am a delicate flower. You aren't a flower. You're every blossom in the wood blooming at once. You're a tidal wave. You're a stampede. You are overwhelming. Okay, last one. His eyes scanned her face as they always had, closely, hungrily, snatching at the details of her like the thief he was. He didn't deserve peace and he didn't deserve forgiveness, but if he was going to die today, maybe the one thing he'd earned was the memory of her, brighter than anything he would ever have a right to take with him to the other side. The way that Leigh Bardugo writes yearning. Most of the romances in this book, the characters have like barely touched. My god, if the tension and the yearning and the love, like the genuine love, it's so strong and it's palpable and it's beautiful and it is, oh, I just love it. And we get chapters from every character's point of view, which is so interesting because we get into their mind and into what they're thinking, and then when we're in another character's point of view, we're kind of shut off from it. So it's like, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? And then in the next chapter, we kind of get that revelation. And every character is so unique and distinct from each other. None of the characters blend together. None of the plot lines are muddled. It all feels so intentional and just perfect. Just perfect. I have 21 minutes and 21 minutes. I have 21 hours and 42 minutes. I'm gonna get to reading Crooked Kingdom. Okay, I took a little break, but during my break I did pause the timer. We're still at 21 hours and 16 minutes. I'm going to play. We're counting down again. I'm back outside. The clouds are looking a little bit more promising, so I'm going to continue with Crooked Kingdom. I like having the highlight show on my Kindle, but sometimes when it shows that like 6,000 people highlighted a section that I would have just skimmed past, I'm like, am I missing something? What did I miss? Quick check-in. We are at 18 hours and 57 minutes left. I have a feeling that Miss Lee Bardugo is gonna tear my heart out. I don't want to do it. I don't want to keep reading. You know when you know something bad is about to happen and you don't want to keep reading? may not have gotten a little bit distracted and scrolled TikTok for just a little bit, but I did pause the timer. So we're okay. We're back on track. Still have like 17 hours and 20 minutes. That sounds crazy to say. I'm still feeling good. Well, not really. You saw this book has torn me to shreds. I just needed a little brain break. I needed a little breather. So I scrolled TikTok and now I'm feeling a little better. It is almost 3 o'clock. I need a little pick me up. So I'm gonna try this pop and bottle strawberry matcha latte. It's like an almond milk thing situation. I was just thinking how crazy it is, like when there's something that we can do and should do in a short amount of time, like the ways that I go out of my way to not do that thing is ridiculous. 7 a.m. this morning, I had 3.5 hours left in this book. I should have been finished with this book realistically by, what is that, noon, 11:30 a.m. It's almost 3 and I am not finished with this book. Now granted, life happens and there's other things that I have to do. Other things still, you know, take time to do. I need to eat, I need to cook, I need to sometimes clean up some things, moving around the space, everything like that. So it's just interesting though. I'm like, really? I should be done. And I think it makes me realize how much time in the day we actually do have. We just have to use it a little bit more wisely. Okay, let's taste test this. Okay, I'm not mad at it. Actually, no, that's good. No, that's good. Took me a second. I'm not used to drinking almond milk anymore. I drink oat milk typically. So that nutty flavor always like throws me off a little bit at first, but it's good. The strawberries settle. It's got like really good ingredients too. Wow. Ooh, a little spirulina in there. Okay, this is gonna be the perfect little pick-me-up. I'm locking in. I have like 30 minutes left in this book. I'm going to finish it and then hop right into my next book, finally. Okay, so it turns out I actually didn't have to lock in too hard. I literally only had 5 minutes left. But you know how on Kindle, like it says the minutes left in the book and then it doesn't take into account that like those minutes might not actually be chapters that you need to read. It's like cast of characters, acknowledgements, author's notes, all of that. So I'm done. Oh my God, I'm done. Initial thoughts, I have none actually. 5 stars. This was like perfect to me, in my opinion. Characters, the relationships, the heist was just as thrilling and exhilarating, if not more, because the stakes were so much higher. It was a very, very satisfying ending. Yeah, I'm in love. I'm a little bit upset that it's only a duology, mostly because I'm going to miss these characters so damn much. After I turned off the camera, I sat there crying for a little bit longer. How is it possible that these are just words on a page? How is it possible that I'm sobbing crying over fictional characters? Is there something wrong with me, or is there something wrong with Lee Bardugo for putting me through this? I think it's both. It's probably both. The duology as a whole feels perfect, but this book especially was just stunning, beautiful. No notes. Genuinely, I don't think I have any notes. I've been reading that book for so long, not because I haven't wanted to, but just because I've been so busy and life has been lifing that I haven't really had the time to sit down and read. So it feels like the week's time span of this novel, like I've also been going through with them. Okay, so moving on, finally. Oh my God. The next book that I'm in the middle of is Welcome to Night Vale. I am reading this on my phone on the app called Everand. I am 65% into Welcome to Night Vale. This is by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Craner. It's based on a really popular podcast, and then they turned it into an actual novel, like a spin-off, it feels like. It's also available on audiobook. Shut up. What have I been doing? What have I been doing? I was literally just about to say that I feel like this would be more effective and I would love it even more if I could listen to it like as an audiobook, because there's an element of this that is a radio show. So I feel like this would be better as like a podcast or an audiobook. And look, Everend has it as an audiobook. Let me see if I can listen. Yeah. Okay. Game changer. I was on chapter 36 of the ebook of this. So translated, that means I have 2 hours and 19 minutes left if I continue listening on 1.5 speed. I'm gonna do that because I also have some housework that I really need to get done. I need to do some laundry, dishes, all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna put my headphones on and listen to this. I am thoroughly enjoying this story. Also, it's one of those stories that is so weird and eerie, and I've never read anything like it, to be completely honest. I don't even think I've told you what it's about yet. Let me do that. Night Vale is just out of pocket. Like, it's technically a town in California, but it lives within this crazy bubble where the weirdest stuff happens and everyone just kind of takes it at face value and like keeps it pushing. For example, there's a dog park that like no one can go to, and if you go to it, you're in trouble, but it's a dog park. And angels exist, but if you admit that angels exist, you're in trouble. They have a secret police service where if you literally just say secret police out loud, they'll show up. There are scientists who don't really do anything but mix random things in beakers and call it science. Things disappear and reappear. There's aliens and then not aliens, and everything is just bonkers crazy. So you kind of have to take what they tell you at face value, accept it, and that's just part of it now. So the story follows two main people. It follows Diane and Jackie. Jackie is a 19-year-old owner of a pawn shop, and she has been 19 for as long as she can remember. She hasn't aged, hasn't gotten older, but the more time that goes on, the less and less she actually remembers about her childhood. And then one day, a man in a tan jacket comes in to the pawn shop and he hands her a note that says King City. She's like, I don't know what this is. Go away, dude. No matter what, she can't get rid of this note. She tries ripping it up, she tries burning it, she tries eating it, throwing it away, whatever. It keeps popping up back in her hand. And then Diane has a son named Josh. He is a shapeshifter, so pretty much every day he takes a new form. Sometimes it's a fly, sometimes it's a random shapeless blob, but she is his mother, so she always knows and recognizes him. And he's kind of going through normal 15-year-old stuff. It's really strange. And the story follows both of their timelines as they converge and cross over in some really weird ways. That's the best way I can explain it. So while we cook and eat dinner, I'm going to continue listening. I do want to make sure I actually physically read the last few chapters because I feel like it's gonna be crazy. Okay, I'm officially 2 books down. Something happened to my timer and it paused. So it says that I'm only at 13 hours and 39 minutes. But an hour ago when I checked in, it was 13 hours and 39 minutes. So that sucks for me. This might be a 25-hour reading vlog. That's crazy. I'm gonna go get cleaned up, shower, skincare, all of that fun stuff. I'll be listening to the Untethered Soul on audiobook at the same time so that I'm still reading. I only have 46 minutes left in this, so I can definitely finish it and then start a new book and probably finish another book as well. Okay, it is now 8:13 p.m. We have almost exactly 12 hours left. Ironically, this is about the time that I usually start winding down and like getting into bed and, you know, doing my nighttime routine. And usually I'm in bed and asleep by like 9:30. So I'm already feeling sleepy. I've also been up since like 6:30 or 7. But I decided that instead of like drinking an energy drink and really trying to prolong this, I'm gonna read until I can't anymore. At that time, I'm gonna pause the timer, go to bed, and when I wake up, I will continue. Tomorrow, my fiance and I are planning a beach day, so this 24-hour reading vlog might just turn into a little beach reading vlog. You might be coming with me. Really, really, really gonna try to stay up as late as possible because I don't want this to take over my whole Saturday. I don't want it to take too long. Okay, time to pick our next book. There are some books that I have downloaded on Kindle Unlimited. I have No Exit by Taylor Adams, Take a Chance by Miyako May, Vicious by V.E. Schwab, Remember Me Tomorrow by Farrah Heron, This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan, The Sword of Kaigan, and Heartless Hunter. I've also had the Poppy War trilogy on the top of my TBR and on the top of my Kindle Unlimited library for a really long time. But because I feel myself dwindling a little bit, I don't think I'm in the headspace to get into like another fantasy or a heavy drama or anything. I also kind of just want to feel a physical book in my hands, and I have a lot of books on my physical TBR. I have Hurricane Summer by Asha Ashanti Bromfield. I already know I'm gonna love the story. I already know it's gonna be very beautiful, very heartfelt. This story follows a girl named Tilla. She is American. No, she's Canadian. She's Canadian, but she is sent to live with her father in Jamaica for the summer. Her kind of estranged father, to be honest. And it's a coming of age story. There's romance. There's obviously a lot of stuff that Tilla has to go through. So this is an option. I also recently picked up Happy Place by Emily Henry. I adore Emily Henry. This is like, I feel like one of her most loved books. This one follows Harriet and Wynne. So basically this couple who had been together for a really long time broke up, but they still have this tradition where they take a vacation with their like closest group of friends. They decide for the sake of the group and the sake of the vacation that they're just gonna keep pretending. It is like 370 pages, so not awful, but Emily Henry books tend to be a little bit more emotional. I don't know if I can handle that right now. This is High Functioning, Overcome Your Hidden Depression and Reclaim Your Joy by Dr. Judith Joseph. I just feel like if 3 a.m. comes and I'm reading this, I'm not gonna be grasping everything that I need to grasp. So I wanna save this for a day that I'm like fully awake, fully aware, fully locked in. This is a good option. This is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I've actually heard a lot about this book. I feel like more recently, or maybe just because now I'm aware of it, I've been seeing it everywhere. On a Monday afternoon, 5 students at Bayview High walk into detention. The brain, the beauty, the criminal, the athlete, the outcast, and only 4 walk out alive. So it sounds like The Breakfast Club meets murder mystery, basically. Ooh, okay. My Sister, the Serial Killer by Oyankan Braithwaite. This one is a contender because it's like thrilling for sure, but I've also heard that it's quite funny and quite entertaining, and even like the deeper, darker themes are kind of elevated and lightened a little bit with some humor. I'm feeling like it's gotta be My Sister the Serial Killer. I'm just in the mood for this. I feel like it's gonna be that perfect mix of like real and emotional and thrilling, but also light enough that one, it'll keep me engaged and entertained, and two, it won't scare me to death. Okay, so we found our next book. Let's get to reading. Okay, I have to talk a little quietly because my fiance is sleeping in the other room and I don't want to disturb him. It's currently 10 p.m. We are at 10 hours and 15 minutes left. I am 64 pages into My Sister the Serial Killer. I'm loving it so far. She really just dropped us straight into the action, straight into the story, and we're kind of getting bits and pieces of backstory as it goes on. But it's not a lot of exposition. It's just kind of like the characters and the circumstances reveal themselves very naturally. I'm tired. This is not a good sign. It's 12:21 a.m. I have finished My Sister the Serial Killer. I honestly can't believe that I just sat down and read this book in one sitting. I can't believe I finished 4 books today. I'm sleepy. Surprisingly, I have more energy than I thought I would. So, call me crazy, but I think I'm gonna start another book. Okay, so I'm gonna read Remember Me Tomorrow by Farah Heron. It's less than 300 pages. It says, a missing student, a singular investigation, a new romance. Every bit of it is a mystery and a delightful novel of a cosmic twist. Basically, it's like a slow burn romance slash mystery with a hint of magical realism. It's giving me the 7-year slip, but like murdery. I don't know. I'm excited to dive into it though. I'm somehow still awake, so let's keep going. Hello, it's the next morning. I went to bed around 1:30 a.m. and woke up at like 10 a.m. I was continuing to read Remember Me Tomorrow. Luckily it's also on audiobook on Kindle Unlimited, so I've been switching back and forth. We are headed to the beach. We're having a little beach day, so we're taking this 24-hour vlog on the road. This baby is much needed.